Hi everyone, it's Evie. I am a recovering alcoholic and thank you for clicking on this video. If you watched my last video, I talk about my life as an alcoholic and what led me to sobriety. So today I want to talk about what it was like being in a sober living home and drinking while in a sober living home, relapsing. So I did my third stint in rehab in March of 2024. I'm sorry, March of 2025. And from there, when I got discharged, I went to sober living. Now, I liked it. At first, it was my first time in sober living, so it was nice being like not by myself and having other girls there that were going through the same thing that I was going through. So they wanted us to be involved with AA, which is good. It's, nothing wrong with that. So, I got a job there, worked at a gas station. Really liked it, made some friends. But about a month and a half into being there and being sober, I had been sober for like 3 months. I relapsed. I went to go see a friend in the city. And one thing led to another, and we drank. I had a couple Monicos. If you don't know what those are, they're like canned cocktails with 2 shots of liquor in it. So I drank a couple of those, thinking that I was fine. I can handle it. I've been through rehab 3 times. I can handle it. So I drank them, and it kick-started my addiction again. My addiction picked up right where I left off. I didn't go into drinking hard liquor right away. I stuck to Monaco's, so I would drink those. And they gave me the buzz that I was looking for, that little rush, euphoric rush, or whatever you want to call it. It gave me that. So I started drinking hard liquor again. And I would hide it. I always carry a backpack with me, and that's how I would hide it, because they don't, at the sober living home, they don't check your bags. At least the one that I was at, they didn't check your bags when you walked in, walked out, whatever. They didn't check your stuff. They would drug test you if they were suspicious, but for some reason, they never suspected anything. You got a house full of former drug addicts and former alcoholics. You think you would know the signs, but I guess I was just really good at hiding it. People didn't say anything. I don't know why. Nobody would have said anything, but I really don't know why I wasn't caught. So that's how it was. I was hiding my drinking, and I had it under control, if you want to call it that. I had it under some type of control for all of June, for the rest of May, all of June. And then when I got kicked out finally, and it wasn't because of alcohol, and I don't know how they never found me drinking, because I would drink, I moved to another room, and I would drink in that room while my roommate was sleeping. We had a closed divider dividing us. So it was just my clothes hanging up in that rack that was dividing us, and I would drink while she was right there, sleeping, of course, but it was insane. I don't know how I didn't get caught. I even hid a bottle behind a cushion at the kitchen table. I don't know how I wasn't caught. I'm glad I wasn't caught, because I didn't want to face the consequences, but maybe I should have been. Regardless, yeah, I got kicked out for having THC in my system. I had started taking like THC gummies, and that's how they drug tested me. because I had somebody went to the house, and somebody that I knew that I was drinking. I went to the house and said I was drinking. Of course, I lied and said no, I don't drink, you know. But they breathalyzed me. Breathalyzer didn't work. They gave me a urine test and it came positive for THC. So I was kicked out that night, and this was at the end of June. And I had a hotel for a couple days trying to figure out where I was gonna go. I ended up going to a homeless shelter. And yes, I did drink, and it did progress in the homeless shelter. And I was kicked out, but again, not for liquor, but THC. But drinking in the sober living house, I mean, it just gave a whole new definition. It just gave like a whole new definition of being sneaky and dishonest. Because honesty runs big in AA. You have to be honest with yourself and obviously others. You have to be honest with others. Otherwise, you're never going to get the help. And that's what I was doing. I was just bad. And that's the addiction for you. So I would always go to Jewel and I would get my liquor from Jewel. I would get a plastic bottle full of vodka, and I would drink that. And I remember one time, how did they not know that I was drinking? Because I remember one time I was coming back from Jewel and I had drank some liquor, so I was kind of feeling it, I became a lot more talkative. I got home and I was just striking up a conversation with all the girls, which was kind of a little tiny bit uncharacteristic of me. But yeah. And I feel bad, that I was so dishonest. I got chips. Because I would go to the AA meetings where the other girls would be at, and I would be lying oh yeah, I'm this many days sober, and I'm 3 months sober, and they gave me chips. So I have fraudulent chips, and I don't feel good about that at all. But I am sober now, and I do think that that's what counts now. I realize now that I can't handle my liquor. I can't. There's just something, not wired correctly in my brain, and that's okay. But yeah, drinking in a sober living house. Definitely not my proudest moment. But yeah. Well, thank you for watching this video. Click on this video, making it all the way through. And just stick around, see what else I have to say about my alcoholism and what it's like being addicted, and what it's like to admit that you have a problem and get help and be sober. All right. Thank you guys. Bye.